The church bell tolled like a death knell as Cade stood at the altar, his hands trembling on the bouquet meant for someone else. In that split second, he turned to Jamie, his best friend and the man he'd loved in silence for years, and whispered, "I can't marry her because I'm in love with you." The gasp from the congregation ripped through the air, and just like that, Cade's world exploded into chaos, leaving his fiancée in tears and his family staring in horror. Cade bolted from the church, his tuxedo jacket flapping in the wind as he ran down the stone steps into the bustling streets of Chicago. Rain started to pour, mirroring the storm inside him. He'd planned the confession for months, rehearsing it in front of mirrors, but nothing prepared him for the look on Jamie's face. Pure shock mixed with something unreadable. Jamie, the steady surgeon with a life mapped out in neat schedules, had always been Cade's anchor. They met in college, bonded over late-night study sessions, and shared dreams of escaping their small-town roots. Jamie came from a liberal family in Seattle, while Cade's conservative parents in rural Illinois preached traditional values like gospel truth. By the time Cade reached his apartment, his phone was blowing up. Missed calls from his parents, texts from his sister begging him to explain, and nothing from Jamie. He collapsed on the couch, heart pounding. Why now? Why at the wedding? Because pretending any longer felt like dying inside. For years, Cade had buried his feelings, dating women to fit the mold his family expected. His father, a retired military man, often ranted about the decay of society and how real men built families the old-fashioned way. His mother, a devout churchgoer, prayed for him to find a nice girl and settle down. The pressure built like a pressure cooker, and today it burst. Hours later, a knock echoed through the door. Cade opened it to find Jamie standing there, soaked from the rain, his usually composed face etched with confusion. "Cade, what the hell was that?" Jamie demanded, stepping inside without invitation. Cade's mouth went dry. Jamie was straight, or at least that's what Cade had always assumed. They'd shared everything. Heartbreaks, career highs, even that one drunken night in Vegas where things got blurry but never crossed the line. "I couldn't lie anymore," Cade said, his voice cracking. "I've loved you since sophomore year. Every time you dated someone, it killed me a little." Jamie paced the room, running a hand through his wet hair. "This isn't funny, man. You just blew up your life, and mine too, apparently. Sarah's devastated. Your parents are probably disowning you right now." Cade winced at the mention of his ex-fiancée. Sarah was kind, understanding, but she'd sensed his distance for months. "I know," Cade replied, "but pretending to be straight was destroying me. The therapy sessions, the denial, it's all been a facade." Jamie stopped pacing and looked at him. Really looked. "You're gay? And in love with me?" "Cade, I'm your best friend. This changes everything." The conversation stretched into the night, oscillating between anger and vulnerability. Jamie admitted he'd noticed Cade's odd behaviors, the lingering glances, the unexplained jealousy, but chalked it up to friendship quirks. "I care about you, Cade, but not like that," Jamie said finally, his words like a knife. Yet, there was a hesitation in his voice, a flicker of doubt that Cade clung to. As Jamie left, promising to check in tomorrow, Cade felt a mix of relief and terror. He'd shattered the illusion, but at what cost? His phone rang, his father. "Son, we need to talk." The voice boomed, laced with disappointment. The next day dawned with confrontation. Cade met his parents at their hotel downtown. His father, Colonel Harlan Reed, sat rigid, his mother Ellen beside him, clutching her Bible. "What possessed you to humiliate us like that?" Harlan barked. "In front of the whole town? And for what? A perversion." Cade swallowed hard. "It's not a perversion, Dad. It's who I am." Ellen's eyes filled with tears. "We raised you better. The church teaches love, but this is sin." The argument escalated, dredging up old wounds. Harlan recounted war stories of toughening up, implying Cade's weakness stemmed from coddling. Ellen pleaded for him to seek counseling, to fix himself. Cade stood his ground, explaining the years of internal struggle, the depression that nearly ended him in college. I tried to be what you wanted. I almost married Sarah to make you happy. But his words fell on deaf ears. Harlan issued an ultimatum. Get help or don't come home. As Cade left, the weight of rejection crushed him. He wandered the city, ending up at Jamie's hospital. Watching Jamie through the ER window, saving lives with calm precision, Cade wondered if his confession had ruined their bond forever. That evening, Jamie invited Cade over for dinner, a peace offering. Over pasta they really talked. Jamie shared his own doubts about relationships, how his high-pressure job left little room for romance. I've never thought about guys that way, he admitted. But seeing you so raw yesterday, it made me question things. Cade's heart raced. Was there hope? But Jamie pulled back. I need time, Cade. This is huge. As the night ended with an awkward hug, Cade felt the first stirrings of a deeper conflict. His love for Jamie wasn't just romantic. It was tied to his identity, now exposed and vulnerable. Weeks blurred into a tense limbo. Cade moved into a small studio apartment, cutting ties with his old life. Jobless after quitting his marketing firm, too many whispers about the wedding fiasco, he scraped by on savings. His days filled with job applications and therapy sessions, where he unpacked the layers of shame instilled by his upbringing. Coming out is a process, his therapist said, but the backlash is real. Cade nodded, thinking of the silent treatment from his sister, who sided with their parents. Jamie became his lifeline, checking in daily. Their conversations evolved from awkward to intimate, skirting the edges of unspoken desires. One night, at a quiet bar in Wrigleyville, Jamie opened up about his family. My parents are cool with everything, gay rights marches, the whole 9 yards. But me, I've always played it safe. Cade listened, heart aching. Safe means straight, he probed gently. Jamie shrugged. Maybe, or maybe I've never let myself explore. The air thickened with possibility. As they walked home, their hands brushed, sending sparks through Cade. But reality intruded. Cade's father called, demanding a meeting. They met at a diner on the outskirts of town. Harlan looked older, weary. Your mother's not sleeping. She thinks we've lost you. Cade's resolve wavered. You have if you can't accept me. The discussion turned heated, Harlan citing Bible verses and military discipline. Men like you don't belong in our family. Cade fired back. Love isn't a choice, Dad. Hate is. He stormed out, but the words lingered, fueling self-doubt. Meanwhile, Jamie faced his own turmoil. At the hospital, rumors spread after a colleague saw him with Cade post-wedding. Is the hot doc batting for the other team? Whispers followed him. Jamie brushed it off, but inside, questions swirled. He researched online, reading stories of late-blooming bisexuality. One evening, he confided in his sister over the phone. What if I'm not as straight as I thought? She encouraged exploration, but warned of the fallout. Their friendship deepened into something ambiguous. Weekend hikes in the forest preserves turned confessional. Cade shared childhood memories of feeling different, hiding crushes on boys. Jamie admitted attraction to a male classmate in med school, dismissed as admiration. Maybe it's more, he mused. Cade's hope flickered, but he guarded his heart. Don't say that unless you mean it. Tension peaked at a family gathering Jamie dragged Cade to, his cousin's birthday. Jamie's liberal relatives welcomed Cade warmly, contrasting sharply with his own family's rejection. But when Jamie's aunt asked if they were together, Jamie hesitated. Just friends, he said quickly. Cade felt the sting, excusing himself. Outside, he confronted Jamie. Am I your dirty secret? Jamie apologized, pulling him into a hug. I'm scared, Cade. This could upend my life. Back in the city, Cade landed a freelance gig, rebuilding slowly. But social media exploded with wedding fallout. Old friends unfriending him, anonymous hate messages calling him freak. He deactivated accounts, isolating further. Jamie noticed, inviting him to a support group for LGBTQ professionals. There, Cade met others with similar stories. Disowned by families, betrayed by friends. It empowered him, but highlighted Jamie's indecision. One stormy night, Jamie showed up at Cade's door, drenched and determined. "I can't stop thinking about you." They talked till dawn, Jamie admitting curiosity. "What if we try?" Cade's pulse raced, but he hesitated. "Not if it's an experiment. I can't afford more heartbreak." Jamie leaned in, their foreheads touching. "It's not. It's real." The moment hung, charged with potential betrayal or bliss. The kiss happened in the dim light of Cade's apartment, tentative at first, then deepening with years of pent-up emotion. Jamie pulled back, eyes wide. That felt right. Cade's world tilted, hope mingled with fear. They spent the night talking, not rushing further. Jamie confessed his internal battle. Societal expectations of a doctor marrying well, having kids. "My colleagues assume I'm straight. Coming out now feels like starting over." Cade understood, sharing his own fears of rejection. Their relationship blossomed in secret. Stolen moments at Jamie's condo, weekend getaways to Michigan dunes. Cade flourished, his freelance work picking up. But secrecy weighed heavy. "Why hide?" Cade asked one evening. Jamie sighed. "My job, patients, board members. Some are conservative." Cade nodded, but resentment brewed. He attended pride events alone, yearning for openness. Family pressures mounted. Cade's mother called, tearful. "Come home for Thanksgiving. We miss you." Tempted, Cade agreed, hoping for reconciliation. But upon arrival in Illinois, tension crackled. Harlan grilled him about lifestyle choices. Ellen suggested conversion therapy. "It's for your soul." Cade exploded. "My soul is fine. Yours is the problem." He left early, calling Jamie in tears. "They'll never change." Jamie comforted him, but his own doubts surfaced. A hospital promotion loomed, requiring schmoozing with donors. "If they knew about us," he trailed off. Cade felt used. "So I'm a liability?" The argument escalated, Jamie storming out. Days of silence followed, Cade spiraling into depression. Reconciliation came via a surprise visit. Jamie apologized, vowing to come out to his family first. Over dinner with his parents, he introduced Cade as his boyfriend. They reacted supportively, hugging both. "We're proud," his father said. Boyd, Jamie suggested telling friends. But at a work party, when a colleague joked about gay agendas, Jamie laughed it off, not correcting. Cade felt invisible. The breaking point hit during a double date with Jamie's straight friends. Pretending to be buddies, Cade endured heteronormative banter. Driving home, he confronted Jamie. "This half-life isn't enough." Jamie admitted fear. "Losing my career terrifies me." Cade's heart broke. "Loving me shouldn't cost that, but hiding does." They took a break, space to reflect. Cade threw himself into activism, volunteering at an LGBTQ center. There, he met Ryan, an openly gay lawyer, sparking innocent flirtation. Jealousy stirred when Jamie heard. "You're moving on?" he accused. Cade retorted, "You pushed me away." High drama unfolded at a charity gala. Jamie, invited as a speaker, saw Cade with Ryan. In a moment of impulse, Jamie took the mic. "I've been living a lie. I'm in love with a man, and it's the best thing that's happened to me." The room fell silent, then applause from some. Cade's eyes met Jamie's, a mix of pride and trepidation. The gala aftermath was a whirlwind. Jamie's speech went viral on social media, hospital admins calling an emergency meeting. "This could affect donations," they warned. Jamie stood firm. "My personal life doesn't impact my skills." Support poured in from colleagues, but backlash too, hateful emails, a patient requesting transfer. Jamie confided in Cade. "Was it worth it?" Cade held him. "For us? Yes. Cade's family reacted predictably. Harlan disowned him via email. No son of mine lives in sin. Ellen sent a letter pleading prayer. Cade grieved, but therapy helped. Their loss, he realized. With Jamie out, their relationship strengthened. Public dates, holding hands in Grant Park. Friends adjusted, some drifting away. But mouth Wan Dao Duk arose. Jamie treated a teen patient struggling with sexuality, whose parents demanded cure. Jamie advocated acceptance, risking complaints. I can't enable harm, he told Cade. The case escalated to ethics board, Jamie testifying. Victory came, but at personal cost, strained professional ties. Cade faced betrayal from an old friend, Mark, who leaked private texts to tabloids. Headlines screamed, "Gay doctor's secret affair." Jamie's privacy invaded, he lashed out at Cade. Your past caught up. Cade defended. We both have baggage. The fight revealed deeper issues. Cade's impulsiveness versus Jamie's caution. Reconciliation involved compromise. They attended couples counseling, unpacking resentments. I sacrificed for you, Jamie said. Cade countered. I waited years. Growth emerged, boundaries set. Social pressures intensified. At a protest against anti-LGBT bills, they marched together. A counter-protester hurled slurs, hitting close. Jamie shielded Cade, solidifying commitment. But doubt lingered. Is this forever? Cade wondered. A family crisis tested them. Jamie's mother fell ill, requiring care. During visits, Cade supported, earning respect. You're good for him, she whispered. Healed some wounds. Yet, Cade's internal conflict peaked. Dreams of fatherhood clashed with reality. Kids in this world? He confided. Jamie shared the dream, discussing adoption. But societal hurdles loomed, discrimination in processes. The chapter closed with a proposal. On a rooftop overlooking the lake, Jamie knelt. Marry me, Cade. Through it all. Tears flowed. Yes. Wedding planning brought joy and strife. Venue hunting in Chicago's vibrant scene. But Cade's family absence haunted. He reached out one last time. Ellen responded hesitantly. I'll pray on it. Harlan remained silent. Jamie faced professional repercussions. A promotion passed over, whispers of bias. They say I'm distracted. He considered switching hospitals, weighing stability versus authenticity. Cade encouraged, don't regress. Betrayal struck from unexpected quarters. Sarah, Cade's ex, contacted him. I forgive you, but Jamie? That's low. Hurt resurfaced. Cade met her for closure. I never meant to hurt you. She revealed lingering pain, making Cade question his choices. Was coming out selfish? The rehearsal dinner exposed fractures. Jamie's family toasted warmly, but Cade felt the void. Drunk, he confessed to Jamie, what if I'm not worth the trouble? Jamie reassured, you are everything. Drama escalated with a leak, wedding details hacked, threats online. Fags don't deserve happiness. Police involved, security heightened. Cade panicked. Maybe we postpone. Jamie refused. We fight back. Moral dilemmas deepened. A friend asked Jamie to officiate a straight wedding, but with anti-gay pastor. Jamie declined, losing the friend. Principles over popularity, he said. Cade's awakening came via a letter from his sister. I'm proud, but scared for you. It sparked hope. She attended secretly, hugging him. Mom wants to come, but Dad. Tears mixed with resolve. The wedding day dawned tense. Vows exchanged in a garden, surrounded by allies. But protesters outside chanted hate. Inside, love prevailed. As they kissed, applause drowned the noise. Honeymoon in Hawaii brought reflection. Beach walks discussing futures. Kids? Jamie asked. Cade nodded. Despite everything. Back home, reality hit. Adoption agency interviews probed their lifestyle. Biased questions irked. We're fit parents, Cade argued. A twist. Ellen showed up unannounced. I couldn't miss my son's happiness. Reconciliation tentative, hugs shared. Dad might come around. Post-wedding life settled into rhythm, but challenges persisted. Jamie switched to a progressive clinic, thriving. Cade's career boomed, writing about LGBTQ experiences. Their home became a sanctuary hosting support groups. Family mending progressed slowly. Ellen visited often, baking pies and listening. I was wrong, she admitted. Harlan sent a card, gruff but a start. Proud of your strength. Societal battles continued. A local bill threatened rights. They lobbied, testifying. Jamie's story inspired youth. Cade mentored a teen like his former self. Personal costs tallied. Lost friends, strained health from stress. But gains outweighed authenticity, love. A major decision loomed, adoption. After hurdles, they welcomed twin boys. Joy overflowed, but parenting amplified fears. What if they're bullied? Cade worried. Jamie soothed. We'll teach resilience. Betrayal resurfaced. An ex-colleague sued Jamie for misconduct, fabricating claims. Court battle drained them. Truth prevailed, but scars remained. Worth it? Cade asked. Jamie nodded. For us. Awakening culminated in a book Cade wrote, chronicling their journey. Launch event drew crowds, sparking debates. Years later, watching their sons play, they reflected. Sacrifices forged unbreakable bonds. Was coming out at the altar the right choice, or did the ends justify the means?